Hello, what's up? It's Andre and I'm back, and today I want to speak about anger. I want to speak about coping with it, and I want to give you a different way to look at anger, a way to actually get past it, get through it, and let it not be a hindrance in your life and what you want to achieve. So anger is a feeling or an emotion, and I like to put it in a context that is one that rang true for me. So anger is the outfit that fear and pain wear out in public. Let that sink in for a second. Anger is the outfit, the clothing, the dress that fear and pain wear out in public. Now, it's acceptable for a lot of people to be angry out in public, or it's the go-to feeling that people are allowed to express. And a thing about anger is that it can sit inside of you if it's not let loose, if it's not set free. And people who are not emotionally intelligent or can't siphon through their emotions, look through them with any sense of complexity, those are the people that are prone and likely to be angry. It's not promoted for men to be emotionally intelligent, for us to understand our emotions and for us to feel them genuinely and then release them and let them go. It's more okay for women to be the emotional kind of creature, the fairer sex. I implore you, men, to be able, the next time that you become angry about something, to see what's underneath, because there's always another emotion underneath. And like I said in that quote before, it's either fear or it's pain. And there's a lot of domestic violence. Men don't have a physical outlet. Like if you don't work out, exercise, or train in a martial art of some sort, then you just don't have an outlet or a release. Men have testosterone, and hormonally we tend to side on the place of anger if there's no release. So I challenge every man out there dealing with anger issues, every teen, to sit with yourself and become more emotionally intelligent. Now that means feeling your feelings. That means feeling feelings of inadequacy sometimes, feeling not confident, feeling like somehow your masculinity is challenged. I am challenging you to sit with those things, siphon through them, feel them in your heart, and then make a conscious effort to let them go. I think that taking a couple seconds to breathe, taking a couple seconds to meditate, that will help a lot of people release anger. Join a martial art if you can. Muay Thai kickboxing is awesome. Jiu-Jitsu is awesome. These are things I've tried in small spurts. I personally like lifting heavy weights, and the reason why I'm speaking about anger from this place of like passion and like care is because I spent the majority of my life as an angry person. Even though I'm smiling and I'm happy now, my childhood was not great. I didn't have emotional tools. I didn't have mental tools. Over the years, I sought them out because I just didn't like the way that anger felt in my heart. And for me, it was like a pressure, a physical pressure on my chest. Bouncing from home to home and feeling as though I was abandoned, which I was, as a child, and then having the quote-unquote burden of raising my brother and making sure that he was okay and fine as we went through foster care. That was something that made me a very angry kid. I used to get in fights all the time with the other kids, and underneath all of that, I'm going to share with you what was under that, because maybe it'll help you see why you're always angry all the time. And there's a lot of people who are angry all the time, barring any mental illness, right? Anger is natural. You don't have to run from being angry. Just make sure you pass through it and you get rid of it. So back to to what was underneath my anger. My anger was feeling unworthy. It was feeling as though I was not good enough to have parents take care of me, you know, and never being selected or chosen. Like, I feel like kids that have their parents are selected and chosen at some point, accepted and loved. I didn't feel any of that till maybe I was a teenager or early 20s. And that just made me angry all the time. The default emotion, the default feeling of feeling inadequate just was anger. So I implore you, men especially, to look at your anger. Look at what's behind it. And once you see that it's a little more complex than just being mad about something for a ridiculous reason, then you'll be able to do something about it. So feel the feelings, stop, meditate, and release the feelings of anger. They're natural, they're human, and find a way to challenge it, you know, in a healthy way. Take up boxing or do something like that. And that's all I have to say about that. Let me know any bouts that you've had with anger. If you have angry people, angry friends. This is something I like to look at an individual level, but you could look at people. A lot of African Americans, a lot of quote unquote African Americans are angry. And finding great ways to channel that anger is very important. It's not only an African American thing, it's a human thing. Anyone who's been done wrong, anyone who's hurt, anyone who doesn't have great self-awareness, look at your anger. It's complex, but it's worth the work, because if you get past it, you have an access to greatness. You're stronger and you have more character than a person who's never dealt with anger and the feelings behind it in any palpable way. Yo, this is Dre. As always, you're greater than any past, programming, or conditioning. You're greater than any current circumstance, and ultimately, you're responsible for sharing the best version of yourself with the planet. Peace. Subscribe to the channel. I got tons more videos where this came from. I'm out.